So here I am once again with another movement, although this one's quite large, the biggest one I've ever worked on. This is out of a Soviet submarine clock. Don't know if it's authentic, but these are pretty neat. You can get these on eBay fairly cheap. I've got two of them actually, and there's a stamping from the company that made that. I don't know who that is. Somebody can tell me. I used to know. But these are pretty simple, straightforward movements. This lever here, that arm is connected to the regulator, so you can set this if it's running fast or slow. You can just open up the face and give that a tweak, fast or slow. The other interesting thing about these, it does not have a cannon pinion per se. Um, let's see if we can focus here. This movement's huge compared to a watch movement. So I got my microscope zoomed out as far as I can go. Uh, the the face is just bolted to the case. Take the face off, and then underneath is mounting plate. Take the mounting plate off, and then you have this whole movement here. The hands are the second hand is pressed on. The minute hand has a threaded ring right here, and then the hour hand is a press on here. Very easy to pull off. It's This thing's huge. So if you notice, this what would be a cannon pinion setup is very loose and sloppy. The cannon pinion is not in this device per se. It is that tension, that slippage is controlled. Let's see if I can get in there by this little wheel right there. And if you can look closely, right in there is a wave washer, and that creates tension on there. So you have that slipping tightness, just like a cannon pinion, working through these gears. So an interesting movement there. You can see that wave washer. I never had one of these apart. I had this on my wall for a while, ticking away, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. Here is looking downward, and I think this one had a date stamp somewhere. There it is, two of 93. I think that is. Yeah, 2 of 93. There's your balance and the escape wheel, pallet fork, and that sits like so. See if we can. Here's how the movement would be mounted on the wall, like that. So here you have your face. There's your balance, and then your mechanism down here, and you can see how that wheel translates to the escape wheel. You can see it moving a little bit. I just think this is dirty. That's all. It's a little dirty. It'll run and then stop, and then you tweak it and it runs. Nothing seems to be broken out of place. So I'm going to attempt to show you how to take one of these apart. It might be a little choppy because this thing's, this thing's 6 inches across. It's big. Very forgiving as far as parts are going. So, but on to other things. What am I drinking? That's a question. Some people want to know, what am I drinking today? I don't know if I brought this up on another episode, but this is one of my favorite beers. Blood Orange Goza from Anderson Valley Brewing. It is a sour beer, a German style sour beer. It's quite yummy. Has a little bit of sourness, like not quite as strong as vinegar, but it does have a sourness to it. And this is my one and only drink for the day. And as far as what's on my wrist, this is, see if I can get that in the shot. This is a Polyot Aviator. However, it has an ETA movement, and I did a video on this on how to service one of these, the ETA 28242. So that's what's on the wrist today. Now, I'm going to break this video up into little bits and pieces because this thing is just so big. So this is more of an introduction. So what I want to do first, as with any movement, let's see if we can zoom in here. There's the ratchet wheel for the mainspring, and right here is the click. It's a pretty, I mean, this thing's massive. Let's see if I can tweak it. There's the click. And the nice thing about these, if you come around the back side, right on the back end of this, there's the other end of the click. So you just put a winding key on the spring, pull the click away, and you can unwind the mainspring. So let's see if we can do that. This will be our first part. Forgive me if it's choppy, but this is a clock. This is not a watch. This is a clock. So there you can see the click moving. And if I come in and I release the click and then back up little at a time, there you go. It might get away on you a little bit. I guess I didn't have it wound up that much, but there you go. The spring is unwound, let down, I guess you would call it. So I'm going to end this here, and then I'll try to set something up so I can keep everything in focus, lined up. Oh, another interesting thing, the escape part, this plate right here has the escapement on it. If you notice, it's slotted. It's got 4 slotted screws, mounting holes, and that can move backwards and forwards, and that is to establish your clearance between your escape wheel gearing and this wheel here. You can move this arbor in and out, how deep it goes into this wheel, and I think the end play on this is adjustable as well, so there might be some adjustment there. The adjustment for that end play is on the back side. You can see an adjusting screw right there. So should be an interesting movement to take apart and tinker with. Hopefully it's just dirty and we can find out what's going on and show you how to service one of these and get them cleaned up and running again. So stay tuned and we'll be back.